the most important thing you can do is continue to prove. So every time you show success, they're not going to believe it, you're going to have to prove it. And then you'll show success again, you're going to have to prove it again. So just know that going into it. And the best way to do this is to use your clients' universally accepted sources of truth and try and calibrate and validate to them. So for instance, matching impressions and clicks to front-end data, what we see in the attributed platform to what you would normally see in DoubleClick. Matching conversions to what they see on the back end. So matching what we see in the attribution platform to what the client sees in GA or what they have in their database. And this should match within plus or minus 5%. And if they do, you have a certain level of comfort that the numbers align and we're good. And if they don't, you really need to look into that. So there are many attribution platforms out there, and there are even more people with opinions about attribution platforms. So it's very important you find someone internally who is going to be your champion, because you're going to have to convince the other teammates in your office that this is the right solution. You're going to have to convince the client, and then your London office is going to want to know about it. The client's London office is going to want to know it, and everybody has to be brought on board. I had first introduced this platform to our client a year ago at a global kickoff meeting in London, and I knew there would be some level of skepticism, but the client really grilled me. So I thought, that's okay, this is great. I know what kind of questions he has. I'm going to come back, I'm going to address all of them. Like, I was so confident this was the right solution for the client. So I went back to his office and I brought a jar of Kool-Aid with me, and I put it on the table before we start the meeting, and I said, by the end of this meeting, you're going to drink the Kool-Aid. And 2 hours into it, I have a picture of him pretending to drink the Kool-Aid, which I'm not allowed to show, but it's a true story, otherwise I would have it here. But the point is, if you find somebody who really will proselytize around this for you, it's going to make your life a lot easier, because otherwise there's going to be a lot of conflicting viewpoints about what types of platforms you should be using.